Hi, I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. I'm here in my Bangor yard. It's Tuesday, something like the 27th of August. So getting near the end of the summer, and hopefully we'll see some signs of there being a bit of a honey flow on. But I haven't seen with this honey flows, which just seem to have disappeared in the falls here in this part of Maine. It's a bit patchy. Sometimes we get a flow that you could put a couple of supers on a week, and most years now it seems we get next to nothing. We'll see if it starts. It would be starting around the last week to next week, and would be right in the middle of this spell. But we'll see. In the meantime, I have some things to do. So, for example, I did my Formic Pro treatment about 3 weeks ago now in this yard. Things went pretty well. My samples, I had 1 4 and the rest were zeros. I have a few honey supers on some hives. Mostly I have small hives here, and I've got quite several of the hives where I've got 2 5-frame nukes with a communal honey super on the top, and I've got several of those. A couple of honey supers there, single there, 3 over there. So it's on the whole, it just depends on how well they did. I've got a couple of double brood chamber hives, a single brood chamber hive. So I've got a big mixture here, and what I'm going to do is go through them. I'm going to take a bit of honey off. I'll put supers on underneath those in order to give them some room, because I will be needing to feed soon. And also, as is a couple of weeks ago before we finish up, I've got the VarroxSan, a slow release oxalic acid, and so hopefully that'll mean I don't need to do a Formic Pro treatment a second Formic Pro treatment and the oxalic acid vapor, but we'll be sampling to see. So I'll do a few samples. I'll get these VarroxSan in and see how they go. I don't know. I don't think I've got enough to do all of my hives, but I'm going to do some and see how I find it, so I know whether I'm going to be stocking it in my shop next year. Hope so. Anyway, let's get on with it. We'll start with these hives here. I went round the yard last week and I have quite a few hives here where the second brood chamber is not completely built. I still had foundation in there, so I went round all of these hives and replaced any foundation with drawn comb. These are not hives that I'm expecting to take honey off. They were hopefully going to be double brood chamber hives over the winter. However, things look nice. Looks like we may have had some honey flow here, because the asters are just starting to kick in now. Goldenrod is finishing, but we have the later blooming species of goldenrod, which typically produce more nectar than the early ones like this. However, if we look in here, what I can see is lots of yellow old goldenrod pollen, lots of new wax, which would be white, only it's covered in yellow pollen. So things look quite nice in here. In this yard, I also have tried some new things as well. For instance, these hives have Golden West Queens, Randy Oliver's Golden West Queens. So most of this yard has either Saskatraz or Golden West Queens. So hopefully that too will be to their benefit. What are we finding? Nice lot of honey there. Honey and pollen. Honey and pollen again. Still lots of walking drones. Brood emerging, lots of young brood, lots of royal jelly, and here's the queen as well. So now that we've found the queen, we're going to do a mite test right away with no bones about it. We'll get started on that. Let's make sure there's a gap between her and the rest. Muck in here, which I don't want for my mite test. Little bits of dirt sometimes look like mites. Okay, frame of open brood and cat brood. That's going in. Not quite enough there for a test. Plenty. Got my Varroa easy check. About an inch and a half of Dawn liquid and water. My half cup measure. Get these down to the corner here. Get a scoop. Put them in. Always put just a little bit over in the scoop to counter for the bees that fly out before I get the lid on. A level scoop is about 300 bees. So that gives us our answer for be able to give us some proper numbers. One of these hives here had a 4 last time I sampled. The other one was 0 among these two. These 6 here. I can't remember which is which right now. I suspect this is one of the 0s. Nothing in there yet. Maybe I have to shake some more, huh? So that's good. Now, the VarroxSan I'm using, this is the first, it's only just become available in the country. I got my shipment in on Monday, and I'm afraid I've only got enough to use on my own hive. So this year, right now, I've got a second order in coming, but right now, these ones I'm going to put in my hives and start checking for my own satisfaction. VarroxSan is an oxalic acid slow release, like dry oxalic acid slow release. It's released over 2 months in the hive, 56 days. And what it's not supposed to be good at is bringing high mite levels down to low mite levels. What it is good apparently at doing is holding low mite levels at low levels. And that's exactly what we want. So right now we have 0 mites. That's wonderful during August. Oh boy, so refreshing to have low mite levels this time of year. We're ready for the next sample when we do it. In the meantime, we are now going to do our VarroxSan. So, we know the queen is here, or was there. We've got brood and honey in this brood chamber. It's looking good. In fact, what I'm going to do with this hive is I will end up putting honey super on it as well, because I can see a fair amount of honey in here. It's come along quite nicely in the last couple of weeks. And I'm going to tip this back, and we're going to put our VarroxSan in there. See if I can do it without knocking the screen over. Now we've got bees in about 7 or 8 of these. Okay, so what you're supposed to do with the VarroxSan is put a strip per every 2.5 frames of brood. Uh-oh, look at this. This is weird. I see my queen. Why? This is my queen, my marked queen. How did she get there? Oh, I know why. Because that was the frame that was leaving. No, it wasn't. Boy, that queen's a fast mover, because that queen was the marked queen. That was the queen I saw there. How she got there, I don't know. Boy, she moved fast. So, watch carefully. Not seen that before. Unfortunately, I actually put her in the right spot. Now, on this deeper super here, this bottom deep, we've got bees on 8 of these frames. So I'm only going to put 3 strips in here, and I'm going to put 3 strips up above as well, because it's a strip for every 2.5 frames of bees. And as these things are not cheap, I'm going to put them in sparingly according to instructions. Oh, doesn't tear easy like with the Formic Pro. You just pick your hive tool in there, it cuts really easily. This is a little plasticky packaging. It is a plastic packaging film, right? It's not foil. So, you're supposed to take the long strip, fold it in half, place it over the frames every 2.5. That's one. There's 2. That's 3. 3 in there. compared. The only treatment I use of this type of strips is Hop Guard, and that is a awfully messy treatment. It works well if you apply it twice over 2 weeks, and then you apply the strips once and then you apply them again 2 weeks later. It works well at getting those mite levels down during the time when there's brood. And this looks great. This is really easy to handle, not messy at all, and so far so good. So what we're going to do is we'll put a queen excluder on this. I'll put a honey super on. We'll see if we have a flow next week. Didn't bring many queen excluders. I wasn't expecting to put honey supers on these hives, but I will. So unlike other mite treatments, you can get on with the other stuff that you're doing with your bees, whether you're harvesting honey, whether you're feeding, whatever you're doing. And the VarroxSan should not interfere with that. So I like all the theory. Let's just hope we can get the results. It's never a silver bullet when you're keeping bees and dealing with mites. But we can always hope for one. Smoker go out? Yes, careless. Okay, I'm going to relight my smoker because I'm going to be messing around with these bees. I don't want to have a bad day. So I suppose in terms of that queen getting around, we can just say those golden west winds are pretty nippy. Let's see where we are here. This was a smaller hive, which I put a new comb in. Nothing like the number of bees upstairs, so this is a smaller colony. Certainly won't be getting a honey super. Hopefully this brood chamber will just be filling up for the fall. And they're making up the comb and putting honey in it. That's good. Bit of brood. Nice load of brood there. Brood and honey. Good. Brood and honey. Empty comb here, so I'm going to put that further on the outside. Keep that cluster in the middle. See, I've got things over here as well. Pretty empty. And go on the outside too. So part of the winter preparation of combs is rearranging combs as they're getting built right, so that we don't end up with combs of undrawn comb or comb with no honey in it in the middle of the upstairs brood chamber. That can be a disaster and lead to isolation, starvation. So just honey here. More brood here. I'm going to keep the brood together. So we've got more honey than brood upstairs. So we'll probably get 2 strips upstairs here. Okay, that's secure. So I'm not going to test this one. Just to get my strips in, get on with it. I'm going to put 4 downstairs and 2 upstairs. Oh, they are so easy to handle. I like them. I do like that. But they're easy to handle. So compared to Formic Pro, they're more expensive, at least at the moment. Anything new, like I said, they can charge a premium. So there's our 4 strips in there. We're going to put a couple up above where the brood was. So like most treatments, you're treating the area where the brood is. We scented the brood. We're just going to treat here. Maybe you're finishing up the honey. These Golden West, these are very gentle, very calm. And whilst I like the new lot of Italians I've got, they're much calmer than the ones I used to have. These would put them to shame. Okay, so now this hive is a single brood chamber. Couple of honey supers. Now, of course, after the last Formic Pro treatment, one thing I had found in a few cases Whereas the queen had gone up through the brood chamber, through the queen excluder. So I'll be keeping an eye open for that just in case. Okay, this looks pretty empty. I mean, there's plenty of bees in it. I wouldn't say there's any honey in it. Look for any signs of brood. Not there. Nice smoker. Just honey, no brood. Got the queen excluder. That's good. Oh, a heck of a lot of honey. Plenty of bees. Check for any signs of brood on this. No. No signs of brood. So we'll have a quick look in here, get these formic pro treatments out. I'll just be putting 4 strips here. Brood chamber has. Separate these cones out a little bit. Okay. See the brood under there. That's good. And this works by the bees chewing away at these pads and taking out little pieces of the pad along with the known dose of oxalic acid and spreading it around the hive. Okay, so that's done. Weeds. Let's have to pull out. Down there. This is a single. queen in here. Brood's patchy. What's causing the patchiness? Is it the same thing that's causing this hive to be a single, where the others are doubles and triples and quadruples? I would say that if I was going to cull a queen in this yard, while these bees are nice and gentle and everything, this is a sort of queen I'd probably cull. You've got a lot of patchiness, no signs of foul brood, European foul brood or anything like that. Do we have a lot of mites? Is a question. So this hive may get combined with another one in the near future. There's the queen, marked queen. Let's do a mite test to see if we've got a problem in this one. Again, keep her on that side. Look at me here, breaking one of the rules of, I've got a frame with foundation on it. Don't leave it in the sun. It's already melting the foundation there. Black frames. That's one negative about a black frame. So we'll get that, those bees spriggling in there. In the meantime, I'll treat these, because whether or not we cull the queen is irrelevant. We still need to make sure that we keep the mites down. As sure as anything, these mites will just end up in another hive if we don't do something about them. Assuming there is any. Kind of like strips of rubbish. Ease of handling is wonderful. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to put anything on that. I would have hoped to put a honey super on that, but I am not going to. I'm just going to leave it like that. meantime, well, mites isn't their issue. So health-wise they look okay. Mites-wise they appear to be okay. One mite in there, which is good. VarroxSan will keep that one mite. Or lower. Okay. Time to get on some more treatment to get the smoke out. It's looking pretty good. Let's see what we have. Consolidate this, I'm pretty sure. So, see where the brood is. Brood. Brood. Honey, there's nothing in here. Brood over here. I want to get the brood together, make this treatment more friendly. They're backfilling honey where it's emerging here, which is good. A little bit of backfilling. There's some brood there. So these four have brood in. See no brood there. Could be our first queen, could be laying here. So I'll put that next to it. Put this frame of honey here. This frame of honey. Frame of foundation and comb here. So I'll put a couple of strips in here and the normal 4 strips at the bottom. If I recall correctly, I think brood is mostly up that way. Much going on up here yet. These were all small nukes at the end of June, so I'm not really expecting them to be a tremendous amount up here, but I think I've only got maybe one frame of brood up here, if anything. Oh no, a bit of brood there, brood there, brood on this side of this one. Okay, so I'll get one strip up here. Put it in now so I don't forget where it is. Looks like there's a need for 3 strips down here. Nice to think that this will be the end of mite treatments for this yard for the year. I hope. Hoping I don't have to do it again later. So, that's the VarroxSan going in. Watch this space. That's something I'm really looking forward. I've been looking forward to getting this all year. Ordered it months and months ago. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how well it works in the yards. So if we can keep the mite levels down in these hives, then terrific. I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. See you next time.